Imagine you own a pizza shop and you keep records of completed orders and used ingredients. Now, you need a way to understand and visualize the data to do further calculations. In this video, you will take your first steps in MATLAB. You'll import pizza data, visualize the completed orders of a whole week, and then export the visualization to share it with others. Finally, you'll save your variables for later. Before we dive into the actual task, follow the instructions provided in the course to open MATLAB and explore the desktop's main components. By default, we see that the interface contains a tool strip and 3 core panes: the current folder browser, the workspace browser, and the command window. The current folder browser displays our current folder with all the available code and data files. The workspace pane shows all data that is loaded into the MATLAB workspace. It's empty right now because we haven't done anything yet. The command window is used to enter and execute MATLAB commands. But for now, we'll stick to working with the interactive tools. The tool strip helps us navigate and interact with MATLAB. It contains several tabs like Home, Plots, and Apps. It always stays there, and other tabs become available as needed. So, if you're ever unsure how to change or do something, take a look at the tool strip to see what options you have. Now that you know the core components, let's get started with our first MATLAB task: importing data. To follow along with the video, you'll need to have the course files ready as instructed previously. In the current folder pane, double-click Folders to navigate to the section folder. The full path to the current folder is shown here in the path bar. As an example, we'll use data from our pizza shop. Click Import Data in the tool strip and use the Open dialog to select the pizza data file. Confirming the selection opens the Import tab. This tab shows the import options and a preview of the data. The pizza data looks like a regular spreadsheet. The columns represent time and pizzas completed, besides other information. Whereas the rows show the observations per hour. There are different ways to import such a file. The file type and the delimiter were detected automatically in this file, so you don't need to change anything there. For now, change the type of the imported variables to column vectors and import the data. All the columns we see in the data preview are now separate variables in our workspace. We don't need the data preview anymore, so let's close it. When we want to see what any of these variables look like, we double-click them in the workspace. This opens the variable editor and gives us a quick overview of the variable values and their size. With that, we successfully imported data and completed the first step. Next, we'll visualize our data. To find out how busy our pizza shop was, let's plot the number of pizzas completed over time as a simple line plot. Press Ctrl on your keyboard and click the variables time and pizzas completed in the workspace. This lets you highlight multiple variables. Then, go to the Plots tab. There we see the selected variables and various plot types. We want to create a simple line plot, so choose Plot. This creates our first visualization. Time is on the x-axis, and pizzas completed is on the y-axis. With this plot, we now see how many pizzas were completed up to each hour of the week. This means we are looking at the cumulative sum of the completed pizzas. If your figure looks flipped, check the variable order up here. Time should be first, and then pizzas completed. If you need to reverse the order, just click these arrows and plot them again. Notice that the corresponding code appears in the command window for the operations you perform interactively from the tool strip. This code is a great learning opportunity, and we'll reuse it in a later video. With that, we completed the second step and successfully visualized data. Next, we'll share our results. Let's export this figure as an image to use in another location, like a sales report. First, click the figure. This opens the Figure tab, which contains the most common actions. Then, select Export and Export to PNG to save the visualization as an image. Now, you can use it within other documents to showcase your work. With sharing the plot, we almost completed the workflow. At the end of this task, we need to think about the variables in the workspace. We'll be working with them later, so would we need to import the spreadsheets every time? No. To work with the same variables in a later MATLAB session, we save our workspace into a MAT file, a file format specifically for MATLAB data. Click Save Workspace and enter a file name. Later, we'll use this file as a starting point for further analysis. Let's recap what we have achieved so far. We have taken our first steps in MATLAB, imported spreadsheet data, and visualized variables. We shared that figure as a picture and made sure to save our workspace variable for later. Well done! Now it's your turn. Try visualizing some of the other variables, and don't forget to save your work.